Hi, Richard here on 19th of November, which is a Friday, and this is an update on gold and gold stocks. This is the All Ordinaries Gold Index, and you can see that we've got a very distinct dodgy reversal that's occurred. These could be counted up as 5 waves. It could be a complete pattern, but at the same time, as you can see in the past, it often comes back in a 3-wave correction and then pokes up again to complete the pattern. In that case it was a triple top. In this case it could be a double top, or in the event that we are moving into a bigger bearish gold pattern for gold, given that it come off from its highs, then you'd expect to see this track down. Needless to say, it's hard to make a judgment call on it. The trading opportunity was indeed long, and it hit and then put up this reversal signal. So that's been confirmed by this week's trading activity. That's a weekly chart. Here's the daily, and you can see in fact the 5 waves that have been put up there. So that's quite complete from a daily perspective. We'd expect this to come up in an ABC for a zigzag or a flat correction, and then it'd push down in 5 on the downside. Looking at the individual stocks in no particular order, this is Anglo Gold, and it's been travelling sideways. So in my book, on the weekly basis anyway, there's no real opportunity there, except to say that if it tracked up slightly, then the short would be from $10.44 down to 8. So there is $1.50 in there, and that looks more attractive on the daily, but we'll stick to the weekly for that. Here's Troy Resources. This has been a very good trade going up. We've been on that, and the target of $3.50 has been hit. We've exited that trade, and on the downside, the first target would be $2.90, retracing back down. Newcrest, this is the daily. A lot of people are trading this on a regular basis. You can see it's tracking gold very distinctly, and has taken out $43 and has come down and found this support here. So depending on what gold does, we'd expect to see this support level maintained and then new highs. But in the event that gold continues to break down, this will break very quickly, and then we can take a target. This is a interim measure to look at what the target might be. $39.33 followed by $36, call it $37, would be target 1 and target 2 in the event that line is broken. Looking at Medusa, this is in a blow-off situation here. It's been a terrific stock. We had been on it before. We weren't on this time, but I did put a target of $6 there. Well, it's met that and worked up through, in fact, to 7. And then one would presume that there's going to be some retracement activity, but from 4 to 7, not 100%, but certainly very good money on the way through. So look for the reversal signal there. Certainly the volume has increased only through this exercise, but we'd be looking down to the downside now. Here's Mineral Deposits, and we did have a target on that of $1.44. It could get support here and go higher, but this is certainly a large dodgy reversal on the weekly. MACD hasn't crossed over, but in the event that it comes down, our first target of $1.18 was hit. The opportunity for Oz Minerals, this is in a sustained uptrend. I don't think we put a extension on it, but let's put it on. This is on a weekly basis, so it's a very long extension target. $1.90 is what it's suggesting. If it really gets going with gold, then $2.50 would be the next target up, which would be a significant trade. But at this point, it's pushed down and sucked back up. $1.90 would be the interim target. On Cordero, this has been a terrific stock as well, $16 to $26, and at the moment it looks very ABC, but that said, the 5th wave, it is coming up for what looks, this is a first second in the 5th wave series. So we've come up for one in 5, A, B, C down, and then we're looking to go up, and that can be measured by the extension. And the way we do that is take a measurement there and look further north to $29.30 or $29.50. Here's Lihir Gold, which really has been in a hot. Sorry, that is not trading, so that's irrelevant. Resolute is a stock that found support at 88 cents and then has rocketed up. So that's again not quite 100% on the money, but certainly has respected the upper trend line. And is really, there's nothing in it. You would not chase that at all. We've had a big volume spike, so the possibility is that there's a reversal underway, and more than likely that there would be. So we'd be looking to the downside for that, depending, of course, what gold does. But at this point, the risk on a short would be very tight at $1.55, and trading to the short side would take us down to the channel that we can extend out there, and that would be the first target at just over $1.04. Aquarius Platinum is a stock that we've traded before, and in fact this is a retest of this long-term trend line. This goes back to sort of late 2008, and it's pushing down at $6.20 was the median line. So the balance is done. Today was a big down day, one of the biggest we've had for quite a few weeks. Let's have a look at the daily chart just to see that. And really these lines are a little bit sort of nebulous. Not a perfect science, but nevertheless we can see that there's resistance here. It's come down A, B, and it's heading down in C. So where would that be off to? I would say if we took a conservative view, then we could take it from here, and that would give us the next target of $2.28, and if it really gets going, down to $4.60. St Barbara, well, that's had a huge down day or down week this week, and it's broken back through its support line, so it doesn't like it up there. Again, if we went to the daily, gives a pretty good view, but we can count those waves up. There's 5 complete, nice dodgy reversal confirmed by that bar on the 15th of November, and then it's pushed down through here. So the way that we could trade that is by running a trend line up, and in the event that that trend line is broken, that would be the short signal. But look, it's not trading very high. It's only 42 cents, so that's and the volume is reasonable, so you'd be able to get in on that pretty well. But what would the target be? Well, the retracement on that, as opposed to an extension, Fibonacci retracement would be around firstly the 42 cents mark. Below that would be 40 cents. Below that 37 cents thereabouts. Oceana Gold, and we were looking for upside on this. Certainly the long-term trend line is intact. I would say that there is the line that you'd look in the event that this is broken in a forceful way, then there certainly would be downside activity. If we counted the waves up here, we can see 5 clear waves to completion. This is the 3-wave down. A, probably come up in B, and then begin the down cycle. Even though, contrary to popular opinion that gold is going through to the blue sky, at the moment it looks very much like a large 5th wave is really in, and a top is done. And if we continue to see this sort of impulsive activity to the downside, then that top will be confirmed, and that'll surprise a lot of people. And there's gold itself. This is not a chart that I wonder if I have something in here that can tell us what no, it looks like I'm not going to get to that very easily. Let's just go up one more. Where's the metals? Brent Gold Weekly, see what that says, given that you know, this is the weekly chart. No, it's not a daily. We'll go to the weekly. There's the long-term support going back to late 2008, and it's, you know, clearly found support, including beautiful doji reversal here, even though we did think, and there's the 2, because this is an old chart, we did think that that would be a wave 2 and come on down. Well, you know, clearly you can only trade what you see, and there's the completion of that cycle there at wave 5 and support off the trend line. So it looks like it's going to push down, and if it was going to continue down, and that would bring the gold stocks down, given that we've got some divergence happening, continuing to happen on the RSI down here. That peak is lower than that peak, yet this peak is higher than this peak. So that's long-term divergence on the weekly chart, but certainly the first target would be around that 1300 mark, and then down to the support line somewhere around that $1,280. In the event that support is found anywhere between there and the support line, then we could look at an upside target, which we can measure with the extension, and this would keep the bulls very happy. But there it is up there. Gee, that's a massive move if it does happen at the 61.8 extension of this leg, which would be up around the $1,523. All right, well, that's the gold overview. There's a bit of opportunity in there, but we have to just see what's going to shake out in this next leg down on the major indices. If the US dollar continues to track up, then that will certainly have a big impact on gold going down.